Welcome to our rolling news coverage. We will bring you the latest developments on the most pressing stories around the world. Straight ahead.
Event number 1. Military bases on Iran's Karg Island were destroyed after a U.S. airstrike. Event number 2. Iran attacks U.S. oil tanker off UAE coast in retaliation for airstrikes.
And now, for the details.
Islands off the coast of Iran have become the latest flashpoint in the conflict after a U.S. airstrike destroyed military installations Friday on Karg Island, a vital link in Iran's oil network. According to the Associated Press, the U.S. attack on the Persian Gulf island spared its oil infrastructure, but President Donald Trump warned that if Iran or any other party interferes with shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, he would reconsider and could obliterate the site. Although they make up a small fraction of Iran's territory, these islands are of immense importance due to their oil facilities and strategic locations. Here's what to know about Iran's islands in the Persian Gulf, stretching to the Strait of Hormuz. The small coral island, located about 21 miles off the Iranian coast, is the main terminal through which nearly all of Iran's oil exports pass. Iran has exported 13.7 million barrels since the war began, and according to tanker trackers, a maritime intelligence company, multiple tankers were seen on satellite imagery Wednesday loading oil at Karg. Iran derives a significant portion of its revenue from oil, with shipments heading to countries like China. An attack on Karg would not only harm the current Iranian government, but could also weaken the viability of any entity that might replace it. The island has oil storage tanks on its southern side, along with housing for thousands of workers. Gazelles roam freely near the refineries and storage depots, making Karg one of Iran's most valuable and sensitive assets. Petros Katinas, an energy researcher at the Royal United Services Institute, said Karg Island is pivotal in financing the Iranian government and military. He argued that if Iran were to lose control of Karg, the country would struggle to function, even if the island is not a military or nuclear target. Katinas stressed that this remains true regardless of which regime is in power, new or old. Controlling the island would give the U.S. leverage in negotiations with Iran, as it is the main choke point of the country's economy. J.P. Morgan's Global Commodities Research Team warned in an investment note this week that an attack on the island would have major economic repercussions. These 3 small islands have long been a front line in tensions between Iran and U.S. allied Gulf states. Iranian forces seized the islands in November 1971, days after the British Empire withdrew from the Gulf and just before the Arab Sheikdoms united to form the United Arab Emirates. Iran maintains military assets and garrisons on these islands. The territorial dispute over the islands remains one of the Gulf's most persistent flashpoints. The largest island in the Persian Gulf is located near the Strait of Hormuz and is home to about 150,000 residents. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said the U.S. attacked a desalination plant on the island on March 8th, a claim Washington has not confirmed. Attacking Iran's infrastructure is a dangerous move with severe consequences, Araghchi warned in a March 7th post on X. The U.S. itself has created this precedent, not Iran. The desalination plant supplies water to about 30 villages. In Bahrain, home to the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet, the Interior Ministry said an Iranian drone caused material damage to a desalination plant there the following day, though the water supply was not disrupted. Iran attacked a U.S.-owned oil tanker off the coast of Sharjah and the port of Fujairah in the United Arab Emirates as the joint U.S.-Israeli campaign in Iran entered its second week. Dramatic footage shared on social media showed large fires and huge plumes of black smoke rising into the sky shortly after the attack. The attack marked one of the most serious blows to U.S.-linked maritime shipping since Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's key oil shipping lanes. Earlier, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, announced that it had carried out an attack on a U.S.-affiliated tanker in the region. Iranian media outlets later suggested that the announcement referred to the vessel burning near the UAE coast. There has been no official confirmation on the status of the crew. However, local online sources claimed that at least 8 sailors were rescued by the Coast Guard and evacuated from the ship. Recent updates also indicate the tanker was completely engulfed in flames and later sank, obstructing other vessels from accessing the oil port. Furthermore, following attacks on the port itself, it is likely that no tankers will be able to access the facility. Regarding the Strait of Hormuz, which has been effectively closed to ships from Israel, the U.S., Europe, and their allies, the IRGC declared it closed following joint U.S.-Israeli airstrikes in late February. Iran has repeatedly attacked military and energy facilities in the Middle East in retaliation for U.S. and Israeli strikes on its territory. A separate report from Reuters indicated another U.S.-owned tanker in the region was attacked by an explosive-laden drone boat while docking at Iraq's Khor al-Zubair port. The vessel, carrying about 53,000 metric tons of naphtha, caught fire after the attack, forcing the crew to evacuate. One crew member was reportedly killed, while the others survived. These incidents are part of a broader escalation across the Persian Gulf amid rising tensions between the U.S. and Iran.